Hi there. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Luna, and today we're going to learn 10 super useful phrasal verbs that native English speakers use all the time. These are really practical expressions that will help you sound more natural when you're speaking English. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Number 1, come upon. This phrasal verb means to find something or meet someone by accident when you weren't expecting it. It's like a surprise discovery. We use this when we talk about finding things unexpectedly. It's different from just finding something because come upon always implies surprise and that you weren't searching for it. For example, imagine you're cleaning out your old closet and going through boxes you haven't opened in years. Suddenly, you find your favorite childhood toy. You could say, I was cleaning my closet yesterday and I came upon my old teddy bear from when I was 5 years old. I was so happy to see it again. Here's another one. Let's say you're walking through a new city just exploring. You turn down a small street and suddenly you see the most beautiful little coffee shop with flowers everywhere. You could tell your friend, we came upon this gorgeous coffee shop while we were walking around. It had the best cappuccino I've ever tasted. Number 2, conjure up. This means to create an image or a memory in your mind, or to make something appear, almost like magic. When you conjure something up, you're bringing it to life in your imagination. It's often used when talking about memories or feelings. The word conjure originally relates to magic spells, so it has that sense of making something appear out of thin air. For example, think about listening to an old song that you loved when you were younger. As soon as you hear it, suddenly you remember exactly where you were and who you were with. You might say, that song really conjures up memories of my high school days. Every time I hear it, I can picture myself driving around with my friends. Here's another one. Imagine your friend is coming over for dinner, but you forgot to go grocery shopping. You have some pasta, vegetables, and cheese. You make something delicious with what you have. After dinner, your friend could say, I can't believe you conjured up such an amazing meal with almost nothing in your kitchen. You're like a cooking magician. Number 3, conk out. This is a really casual expression that means to suddenly stop working, usually when we talk about machines. It can also mean to fall asleep very suddenly because you're extremely tired. It's an informal way to say something broke down. You'll hear this a lot in everyday conversation because it's more colorful than just saying broke or stopped working. For example, you're driving home and your car has been making a weird noise for days. Suddenly, right in the middle of the road, your car just stops. Later, you tell your coworker, my car completely conked out on me yesterday. I had to get it towed to the mechanic and now I need to take the bus to work. Here's another one. Let's say you had a really long day. You finally sit down on the couch to watch a movie at 9 o'clock, but you're so tired that within 5 minutes you fall asleep. Your roommate sees you and says, you conked out so fast. I guess you were really tired. The movie just started and you were already snoring. Number 4, contract in. This means to formally hire someone from outside your company to do a specific job or project. Instead of hiring a permanent employee, you bring someone in just for that one task. It's common in business when companies need special skills for a short time. This is different from regular hiring because the person isn't a permanent part of your team. For example, imagine your company is building a new website, but nobody on your team knows professional web design. Your boss decides to find a freelance designer. You might hear your boss say, we've decided to contract in a web designer for this project. She'll work with us until the site is finished. Here's another one. Think about a small business getting ready for the busy holiday season. They need extra help, but only for 6 weeks. The manager explains, we're going to contract in 5 extra sales associates to help us through December. Once January comes, they'll move on to other jobs. Number 5, contract out. This is similar to contract in, but opposite. Contract out means to hire an outside person or company to do work that your company could do internally. You're sending the work outside instead of doing it yourself. Companies often do this to save money or focus on what they do best. For example, let's say you work for a clothing company that designs shirts and dresses. You don't have a factory to actually make the clothes. So you pay a manufacturing company to produce them. You could explain, our company doesn't make the clothes ourselves. We contract out the manufacturing to a factory. We focus on design and they focus on making it. Here's another one. Imagine you own a small restaurant. The bookkeeping is confusing and time-consuming. You hire an accounting firm to handle it. You tell your friend, I used to do all my own bookkeeping, but now I contract out my accounting to a professional firm. It saves me so much time and stress. Number 6. Contract out of. This phrasal verb means to formally arrange not to participate in something, to officially remove yourself from an agreement. It's like opting out of something you would normally be expected to do. This is usually done through paperwork or an official process. For example, your company has a pension plan, and most employees are automatically enrolled. But you prefer to manage your own retirement savings. You could say, I decided to contract out of the company pension plan because I have my own retirement investments. Here's another one. Imagine you live in an apartment building and management offers a weekly cleaning service included in the rent, but you prefer to clean your own space. You explain to your neighbor, I contracted out of the weekly cleaning service. I'd rather clean my apartment myself. Number 7. Cool down. This has two main meanings. The first is to become less hot, to lower in temperature. The second meaning is to become less angry or less emotional about something. When emotions are running hot, cooling down means calming down. Both meanings share the idea of temperature dropping, whether it's physical or emotional temperature. For example, you just finished a really intense workout at the gym. Your trainer tells you, make sure you cool down properly after exercising. Walk slowly for 5 minutes and do some stretches. This helps your muscles recover and prevents injury. Here's another one. Let's say you and your brother got into an argument. You both got really frustrated and raised your voices. After a few minutes, you realize this is ridiculous. Your brother says, let's just cool down for a bit. I'm going to take a walk and we can talk calmly when I get back. Number 8. Cool off. This is very similar to cool down, and many people use them interchangeably. Cool off also means to become less hot or to become less angry. Sometimes we use cool off specifically when someone needs to calm down after being upset. The slight difference is that cool off can feel more immediate or urgent. For example, it's a super hot summer day and you've been outside in the sun all afternoon. You finally go inside where there's air conditioning. You sit down and relax. Your friend asks how you're feeling and you say, I just needed to come inside and cool off for a while. Here's another one. Imagine your coworker just had a frustrating meeting with your boss. She came back to her desk really upset. You gently suggest, why don't you take a break and cool off before you respond to that email? Maybe grab a coffee and take a short walk. You'll feel better after a few minutes. Number 9. Coop up. This means to keep someone or something in a small space for a long time, usually when they would prefer to be outside. When you're cooped up, you feel trapped or confined. We often use this when talking about being stuck indoors. The word comes from chicken coops, those small spaces where chickens are kept. For example, imagine it's been raining for 5 days straight. You have 2 young children who love to play outside, but they can't because of the rain. You tell your friend on the phone, the kids have been cooped up in the house all week because of this rain. They're driving me crazy. Here's another one. Let's say you caught a bad cold and your doctor told you to stay home for a whole week. By day 5, you're feeling better but so bored. You text your best friend and say, I'm feeling so much better now, but I've been cooped up in my apartment for days. Number 10. Cop it. This is a British and Australian expression that means to receive punishment, criticism, or blame for something. When you cop it, you're the one who gets in trouble. Americans understand this phrase but might use it less frequently. It's very informal and sounds quite direct. For example, imagine you're working on a group project and one person didn't finish their part. Your boss was angry, and because you're the team leader, you had to explain what happened. Later, you tell your coworker, "I really copped it in that meeting today. The boss was so mad." Here's another one. Think about a teenager who borrows his mom's car without asking. While at the mall, someone dents the car door. When he gets home, his mom is furious. His older sister later says to him, "Wow, you really copped it from Mom. I heard her yelling from upstairs." And that's it for today's lesson. We covered 10 really useful phrasal verbs. Try to use a few of these in your own conversations this week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to American Lingo Academy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and keep practicing.